Hey guys, this is National Master Kevin Yang, back at it with another video. So, there are complications that are about to happen in this Chessleonmaster game. So, it looks like for the moment that white is up 3 pawns. And that's right, white is still in the driver's seat here. But now I complicate things. I play the move bishop to c2. What I also thought about was the move h3 here, but what I thought about that was after g3, I was thinking, well, I don't really have anything on g2 anymore, and that's my main target. So I play bishop to c2, and this is the tricky part. This is extremely tricky. So it looks like rook takes f6 is the right move, right? But we have to consider what happens after bishop takes d1. After bishop takes d1, the rook cannot go back to f3 because if bishop takes f3. The rook can't go to f4 because queen takes f4. So the rook has to be guarded by queen to a6. That was extremely hard to see. And my idea was I wanted something like queen d2 and queen to e1. So let's say queen d2 happens here, but here white has the move knight to f3. Well, knight takes, oh, there's rook e8. I completely forgot about that. But what I calculated was knight to f3. And I said after bishop takes, rook takes, I have no attack because queen e1, queen f1. Now I know that I have rook e8. So, I realized something. But in essence, my idea is the move bishop to e2, cutting off the queen, and then playing queen to e1. So that's my idea. But in this position, the correct move, seeing all of that, is the move rook to f1. It looks extremely passive, but it's the way to win the game, right? I have no bishop to e4, threatening g2 because the knight controls that square. So I'm extremely limited in terms of what I can do to, produce counterplay in this game. But I keep things complicated. Rook takes f6, and now bishop takes d1. Now the thing is, if I told you that if I played h3 here, g3, and I did the same thing, bishop to c2, now I saw this, rook takes, bishop takes, and the move rook to f4. And suddenly, queen h5, rook h4, queen e2, queen a6. And I realized, well, the bishop's hanging, and if I play queen d2, there's queen d3. And I was like, oh, but what if queen c1, right? But then queen to f1. And suddenly, everything's hanging pretty much. And although it looks like black for a moment has plenty of counterplay, it's really gone nowhere, right? Because now the queen has successfully defended. So let's say queen d2, and rook takes h3, bishop to e2 with the same idea. The queen now just moves to b1 or a1, right? Defends that back row. That's all that's needed. Because from here on out, oh, these pawns are going to push like heck. So, it was at this moment I knew I screwed up. So, I played bishop c2, and after this, I realized, okay, the rook can't go back. So our friend, Chessleonmaster, needs to find queen a6. Now, knight c to d7. And I had calculated this. Completely. And I realized this is a blunder. And it doesn't look like a blunder at first. It doesn't look like it because what white has done is white has double down on that attack. The queen now attacks f8. The knight attacks f8. If the rook moves f7 is takeable, and the knight also simultaneously defends f6. So what is wrong with this move? The move queen, well, afterwards. So I produce the threat of h3, and this move is very important because if I play queen d2 right away, white has h3, and after queen e1, king h2, I have no bishop f4 check because of rook takes f4. Now, then I reasoned, what if I play h3 first? White is forced to play g3 to avoid checkmate, and then queen d2. And I realized this position is not so bad after all, right? I have queen to e1, and if queen a6, I have bishop to e2. So I was like, okay, yeah, we're in this game. But after queen d2, our friend Chessleonmaster ran out of time. What I have to say, though, was that this game, Chessleonmaster was winning the entire time, right? After the move e4, I mean, Chessleonmaster played a great game. I was bluffing here, and he found my mistake. I tried to keep my cool, and for a while I was holding, but I was trying to make intimidating moves, right? Clearly, they didn't have much of an effect until I eventually made the last move or so. The moves with bishop c2 and queen d2. Like, the fear did not fully take into effect until I had executed the good moves. So right now, I don't have a clear way of threatening white's camp, right? These knights, powerfully placed. They can fork us anytime, but I'm trying my best here to complicate things. And after knight to d7, which is the only move that, well, not the only, the move that looks really good. I mean, there's a lot being threatened here, but then I have h3 and queen to d2. So I have tricks up my sleeve, and that was my last trick. So essentially, I'm really sorry, Chessleonmaster, but you might have just fallen for my last trick. So, oh well, that was a tough game. That was not a great game by me, but I tried to show how in the opening, tricking your opponent is not how you play chess. You're not going to gain rating by tricking your opponents because most likely 9 times out of 10 your opponent will not fall for it. I mean, they are not target dummies, right? They came here to study and they came here to improve. They came here to like the game. And so, I mean, this was a tough game, but as I say, tough games, tough opponents, International Chess Day. This is an exciting game, and I hope that all my viewers can just keep playing chess, even in spare time. And if you don't like it, maybe don't do it too often, but I encourage you, if you want to stimulate your mind a lot, this game is going to give you hell of a time. So, thank you, and I'll see you next time.